As soon as you start recording, there's always something going on.
And Tanya freaked out. She freaked
I'm
out.
not a good test taker.
She's like,
are you a criminal and I just don't know?
I'm her bad boy.
I guess. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot. Well, now that we have finished
Gate guarding.
our little gate guarding, we had many questions from people like, what did it entail? How did you get into it? And all stuff like that. So we thought we'd do a quick little
kind of
Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A to let you know kind of how to start doing it, the different types of stuff about it.
Yeah. So is gate guarding for you? That is a completely just open-ended question. Because we still don't know if it is for us or not, to be honest with you.
I think some of it's because they have different types of gate guarding. So
Yeah.
we did a fracking site, which was fairly busy. Now, granted, we didn't have to check everybody in and out.
No.
But there was a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic. So I guess before we get ahead of ourselves, let's just go over the ins and outs. And then we'll finish up. So basically, there are going to be two different types of shifts that there are for gate guarding. So you're going to have either a 24-hour shift where you typically will stay on site in your RV, or you're going to have a 12-hour shift where you're going to commute in, either work in a guard shack or work out of your truck.
Right.
Usually the pay is about the same. From what we've gathered and what we've heard from different companies. So it's, I guess,
some are more than others. You just got to talk to the company. So
as soon as you start recording, there's always something going on. Anyways, okay, so how do you get started?
Well, first you have to apply. Well, no, I don't even know if you have to, but that's how we did it. We applied to a security company. And
a couple different ones, actually.
And one of them reached back out to us, and they gave us their whole step-by-step process, right?
Yeah, so they're going to guide you through what you need to do step by step.
Which was nice. So basically they sent us this form. We started going through it, and it says first we had to do is we had to sign up and take the online security course.
Was it 6 hours or 9 hours?
6 hours.
It was long.
It was long.
It was very long.
Very boring.
Yeah, very boring.
The best part was there was a test at the end.
Yes.
There was no test in between, and Tanya freaked out. She freaked out.
I'm not a good test taker.
She's like, "Oh, we're not going to do this." And I think I did mine first, and then you did yours. And
it wasn't hard at all. It was just long and tedious.
Yeah.
The next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go get your fingerprints taken.
Yep.
And depending which company you work with, and where you're currently located, it will be maybe a little more difficult. We found ourselves, since we were going to work in Texas, that we were actually in Florida when we were doing all this, and so we had the hardest time finding a place that they were contracted with to go get this done. And then because we were, I guess, out of states, we got charged an extra service fee.
Yes.
I will put how much it costs on the screen below of how much it costs us to do all of this plus everything else that we bought to do this.
And this is for a level 2 security. Right. So you're unarmed. You're basically just kind of there to observe and report.
To make the honest people stay honest. Is that the saying?
Yes.
I don't know if that's the saying. So, after that, you submit all your stuff and they do a background check. Which
was an FBI background check, I think.
I don't know, but it was kind of funny because mine came back right away with all good to go. His took, I swear, until almost we were going to the job, so weeks. And I'm going, are you a criminal and I just don't know?
I'm her bad boy.
I guess that's what it was. I don't know. So after you go through all those steps, the biggest step, you wait. You just wait.
Yeah. And you saw we went through our orientation with the guard company, and it took us quite a while to get set up with an actual job to do.
It did.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. So I guess one of the bigger questions we were getting was, is this a W-2 job? Is it a 1099? How does it work? It was a 1099 contract job.
Yes.
So basically, they give you your set rate.
Yep.
The company we worked for added an extra couple dollars, and then they took out a percentage of that for, I don't know if it was unemployment or workers' comp or something like that. So you got a little bit above that.
Right.
It wasn't whatever. And then, so you kind of know what you're going to get we got paid every 2 weeks. And then from there, we just automatically, since we own our own business anyways, we do this with our business.
Yeah.
We automatically took 15% when we got the check and just put it in a separate account, and then we'll pay our quarterly taxes from there, so we don't have it at the
I don't know if you necessarily do quarterlies with it, but you definitely want to put put
it aside.
Yeah, put it aside.
If you're not normally going to be doing 1099 work on consistently or be your own employer, then you probably don't have to do quarterly, but we already do anyways.
Yeah, so we're just lumping it all together and be done with it.
I'm assuming that all security companies work the same, but we don't know. Like every company is going to pay differently. There are some we've heard pay a little bit more than what we made. Some pay a little less. I think it depends on what sites you're going to be at, what type of sites, who is employing them.
Yep. And we've also heard some companies are easier and better to work for than others. Some are really good with communication, and some not so much.
Ours, for the most part, was pretty good. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could just shoot a text and get an answer usually pretty quickly if I had any issues or anything. Everyone was super friendly, so we didn't have any complaints there.
No.
And I think going into it the first time and not knowing what to expect, I think that's why. And I'm always a type A kind of planner.
Oh, geez.
That kind of got on me, but that had nothing to do with the security company at all.
No.
And then when you have your license, it's good for 2 years. So if we chose to try this again,
we've got a couple years.
We have a year and a half, year and 9 months, whatever it was.
And I'm sure the renewal process is fairly simple. It's not as in depth.
Yeah, I would think you wouldn't have to go through the whole thing or whatever. And you can also work up to 4 companies.
Is it 4 companies? Okay.
4 companies. We never did that because after we did one, we were like, peace, we're out right now. But I think if one didn't have anything for you, you could reach out to a couple other ones and just kind of.
And they can put your license on there, register, so that you have basically 4 options to work for
at a time. So I guess from my understanding is if you drop one, you could add another.
Yeah, probably.
I don't. That sounds like a lot of work. I don't know. So what else?
I don't know. Things to remember while you're there, or while you're working on getting it, is it's going to be noisy.
It's going to be very noisy.
Right? Because most of these oil fields, most of these jobs have big semi trucks.
Yeah.
And now some of them you can get your trailer a little farther off the road, but you're
really
on the side of a road.
Yeah.
And it's going to be dusty and dirty.
Very dirty, because you're not going to be able to close your door. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable keeping the door closed during the day because it's right by the bedroom, and every time I would open the big door, not just the screen door, I felt like it would wake him up more than
indoor.
Maybe and you're a hard sleeper and you didn't sleep well, so
yeah.
You got to just figure out what's it. But for the most part, it's going to be dusty.
It's going to be dirty.
It's going to be dirty. It's going to be noisy.
But you're getting
paid. Yeah. And you're not. It's not hard.
It's not hard work.
You're like. I kind of at times I was bored to tears. Like.
And like we've heard so. There's some companies you don't even have to check anybody in. It's more you're doing traffic control sometimes.
Traffic control, and you're just making sure, like at night, like no one's there. So it really depends on what job you're offered, and that's where I was gonna say you don't have to take the first job that was offered to you.
Yeah.
We didn't because at first they offered us like 12-hour sites.
Yeah.
12-hour sites.
It was 12-hour site working. They were building a pipeline someplace, and it was working basically out of the truck.
Yeah. And we were like, no, not in summer in Texas. Yeah. So we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But learning more, talking to more people, there could be some other sites that might have been better for us. We might have enjoyed it a little bit more. Solar farms, ranchers.
Yep.
There's all kinds of stuff. So we're not saying never again.
Yeah.
We're just saying maybe not a fracking site again. Yeah. I don't know.
It's all for the experience.
It is all for experience, and this year's all about experiences. We have so many coming up.
Yeah, we do.
But make sure you ask questions.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
I asked about it. Was it a fracking site? Now, to her benefit, she could have just been mistaken.
Yeah.
She's probably was very busy and didn't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Just ask questions. I don't know. But other than overall, I 10 out of 10, no.
5 out of 10?
5 or 6 out of 10. It wasn't the worst thing in the world.
No, and that's the thing is they also provide you with a full hookup.
Yeah,
right?
we showed you guys that before.
You know, we had the ability to dump, we had water, we had power. So, I mean, you're getting a free campsite for the most.
Yeah, technically.
For the most part.
They come dump it out, you know, pump it out or whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
The other couple things we didn't mention is you don't necessarily have to have some of these things, but it's probably a good idea. So, lights.
Yes.
So are those called work lights?
Yeah,
they're really tall ones.
There were 20,000 lumens work lights.
Yeah, we bought one.
Yeah.
Some people buy two, one for each end to really light it up, depending where you're going, really.
Yeah. Now the company we work with, they were required because they don't provide lights.
Yes.
But some companies
they may. So ask questions again.
Yeah.
Also the chime.
Yeah. So
alert.
It was like a I guess it's almost like a doorbell alert or a motion detector. We had it's the owl. I don't even know what
I don't know. I'll put everything below.
But there was a thing we plugged in inside the RV, and then there was a one at the backside, so when the people are exiting it goes off, and one at the front side. One thing we did decide, if we do this again, we'll probably get some sort of a camera system, because then it's even easier. So you have the chime, because the chimes sometimes would not work,
depending if it was like we had one day it was really heavy rains,
right,
and one wasn't catching all of them. All of a sudden we looked out the big window, and all of a sudden a truck was there, and we're like, oh, so sorry, okay, we didn't hear the chime go off. So, and if dust was clogging the sensor, so it's just a backup, I think, that we would do.
Yeah. So, but definitely and a camera system, some sort of.
Yeah, not expensive. I mean, like I said, in the last video, we utilized our Wise cameras that we already had for the dogs and just stuck them in the windows. Yeah. But it'd be nice to have exterior
something so we can see a little farther away.
Yeah. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're going to do it, just to make your life a little easier.
Yep.
So overall, like we said, 5 or 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Not horrible. Not saying never do it again.
Not the greatest, but not the worst.
But I hopefully we've answered everyone's questions.
Yeah.
If not, comment below and we'll answer any other questions that you might have.
Yeah, definitely.
But until then, oh my gosh, it's hot now here in Texas. And we have stuff to do outside.
Yes.
Ugh, I don't want to do it.
Gotta do it. Gotta get it done.
Yeah, so until next time, guys.
Get out and enjoy your adventure.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking our channel. Don't forget to click that bell to be notified when we release another crazy video.